Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown 205 Live and your Mixed Match Challenge results. Birthdays from January 23rd. Mark Andrews turned 26, while Nigel McGuinness turned 42. Okay. Did the announcers fall asleep on Raw from last night? Decide for yourself. I'll show you a link for pictures. Yes, Jerry King Lawler and good old JR were sleeping at ringside. Unaired content from Raw taped from upcoming special as WWE camera crews were filming content backstage at the Manhattan Center and at the Barclays Center with various superstars, legends, and according to PW Insider, Undertaker and X-Pac Sean Waltman are among those that were filmed. The content will be used for a future WWE 24 documentary on the Raw 25th anniversary. WWE has officially announced the release of Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore. He's been future endeavored. And here is their full announcement. Enzo Amore has been released. WWE has come to terms with the release of Eric Arndt, aka Enzo Amore. The release comes after Enzo was accused of rape earlier this week, suspended on Monday, noting that they have zero tolerance for matters involving sexual harassment or sexual assault. Things must have changed between the announcement and today, as he has been released. Also noted, the woman filed a police report with the Phoenix police alleging that Enzo raped her on October 14th, 2017 at 401 West Clarendon Avenue, which is the Clarendon Hotel and Spa. Police met the woman at the local hospital on October 23rd, and a police report was filed. Phoenix police are still investigating the case, but it was noted on Twitter by David Bixespan that there has been no change in the status of the case. As he wrote at David Bix, per the Phoenix Police Department, there has been no change in the status of Eric Enzo Amore Arndt case since yesterday. This plus WWE pivoting from the suspension to firing suggests that not telling WWE he was being investigated was indeed the catalyst for the firing. On a related note, Enzo was backstage for Raw 25th special at the Barclays Center. In case of bad irony for Amore, I'll show you a photo of a t-shirt that he was wearing backstage. Wrestling podcast host Conrad Thompson tweeted, "Hey, it's Conrad. Enzo came to Barclays Center yesterday wearing a t-shirt with 'Today is the best day of my life' on the front. Can't wait for tomorrow on the back. Hashtag Raw25. Hashtag Enzo Amore." Comments again. This is the shirt. Again, look at the picture. Enzo Amore wore to Raw 25 yesterday at Barclays Center. Enzo was set to defend the title against Cedric Alexander at Sunday's Royal Rumble pay-per-view, but the title is now vacant. WWE has just announced that the SmackDown General Manager, Daniel Bryan, will open tonight's 205 Live episode with the news on the status of the Cruiserweight title. WWE is also teasing a possible General Manager for 205 Live. Former Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore was set to face Goldust on Raw 25 last night. According to PW Insider, plans were changed after WWE announced Enzo's suspension for the rape allegations that came out of Phoenix. WWE fired Enzo and announced his departure less than 24 hours later. As noted, woman accused Enzo of raping her back on October 19, 2017 at the Clarendon Hotel and Spa in Phoenix. Police were called to meet the woman at the local hospital on October 23rd. The report was filed. Phoenix police are still investigating the case, but there has been no change in the status of the case. Enzo vs. Goldust was set to take place in the third hour of last night's Raw and would have led to the Dudley Boys returning to stop the Zoe train from beating down Goldust and Cedric Alexander. The segment was rewritten and finalized around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Dudleys returning after Rhino and Heath Slater lost to Titus and Apollo. The segment ended with Slater going through the table. Goldust and Cedric ended up being removed from Raw altogether, while members of the Zoe train were sent to the Manhattan Center to work cruiserweight dark matches if needed. Statement from the counsel for Eric Arndt. Over the last 2 days, here's an update. His lawyer, over the last 2 days, Philomena Sheehan has made multiple accusations against Eric Arndt, also known as Enzo Amore with the WWE, including allegations of sexual misconduct concerning an October 2017 incident in Phoenix. Mr. Arndt fully, unequivocally denies those accusations. He is cooperating with the authorities in this matter and looks forward to having it resolved in a timely manner. Neither Mr. Arndt nor his counsel will be making any further public comments on this matter. I'll show you a picture of exactly what I was just saying. But guess the lawyer hasn't read Enzo's own tweets in the last couple of days. There was speculation of Roman Reigns possibly being punished for the recent steroid allegation story with the title loss to Intercontinental Champion The Miz on last night's Raw special, but there is no heat. According to Wrestling Observer Radio, Reigns is still planned to face Universal Champion Brock Lesnar in the main event at WrestleMania 34. As of this week, there's a feeling within WWE that the story on Reigns being implicated in the steroid ring is a non-story. Regarding The Miz, he is currently in the beginning of a monster push. Miz is scheduled for a major WrestleMania 34 match. No word yet on who he might be facing. Miz is scheduled to be booked as a top guy during WrestleMania season, and the new Miz and Mrs. USA Network reality show with Maurice may tie into that. Also, as noted, Nia Jackson, Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss appeared on the Steve Harvey Show yesterday to promote Raw 25. Now here's the video link. Best friends answering questions from Harvey. Who is more likely to trip on the way to the ring? Jack already has. Who is most likely to change a tire? Jax. Who is most likely to sing karaoke? Jax. Who is most likely to arrive fashionably late? Bliss. Who is more likely to lose their wallet? Bliss. Who is most likely to have a complicated Starbucks order? Both have the same order. Impact Global Champion Austin Aries and WWE UK Champion Pete Dunne did a battle at the Destiny Wrestling event on Saturday. Match was restarted after both competitors had their shoulders on the mat for a pinfall. The finished off former WWE superstar James Ellsworth then appeared. He ended up taking shots from Aries and Dunne both, then taking a pin from Dunne, who also is the Destiny World Champion. The match was billed as the first and probably the last time a WWE title holder will face a title holder from Impact. Comments from Dunne and Aries, with Dunne welcoming Ellsworth to the Indies. At Destiny Wrestle, History is made as the new Impact Wrestling Champion at Austin Aries took on current at Destiny Wrestle and at WWE UK Champion at Pete Dunne YXB for the first time ever. Two worlds collided. The biggest #indie match in the world at Battle Arts MMA. Hashtag Donko Love Arena. Hashtag Carnage. Hashtag Destiny Wrestling. Hollywood Reporter reports that John Cena is in talks to star in an upcoming Duke Nukem movie. Big screen adaptation of the popular video game franchise. Paramount is releasing the movie, produced by Platinum Dunes. The company run by Michael Bay, Brad Fuller, and Andrew Form. No director has been assigned yet, and a search for the script writer will begin soon. Cena has worked with Paramount for Daddy's Home 2 and the upcoming Bumblebee movie, which is a Transformers spinoff produced by Bay. Raw General Manager Kurt Angle noted on Instagram that he has filmed a Temple for 3 episode with WWE Champion AJ Styles and SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. No word yet on when the episode will air on the WWE Network, but Angle revealed that they discussed TNA, where Angle and Styles previously worked. Angle wrote the following on the episode. Very intriguing Table for 3 coming soon on the WWE Network. AJ Styles, Shane McMahon, and yours truly. We talk about our matches together, our families, unheard stories, and even TNA wrestling. Must see. Hashtag it's true. Hashtag AJ, hashtag Shane, hashtag Angle. Last week it appeared that Samir Singh suffered an injury during the ringside angle with U.S. Champion Bobby Roode in the tournament match with Jinder Mahal. Samir missed weekend live events and was not at SmackDown, but took to Instagram during the show and revealed that he tore his ACL and underwent surgery. No word yet on the timetable for Singh's return, but usual recovery time for a torn ACL is 6 to 9 months. It's the same injury that Big Cass is currently recovering from after suffering injury in August of 2017. And here's the link to see the picture of Singh in a hospital bed on his Instagram account. And what it says in the thing, last week I tore my ACL, and it goes without saying that this past week has been very emotional. The more I think about it, the less it makes sense. All I know is that God is the sovereign of my life, and that everything comes to pass in His blessing. I thank you all for the continued love and support. I can't wait to be back. Again, go to that link. Dark match before SmackDown in Washington, D.C. saw hometown star Mojo Rawley defeat Ty Dillinger. SmackDown Royal Rumble Go Home edition of SmackDown opened up from Washington, D.C. with Tom Phillip welcoming us. He joined in by Byron Saxton and Corey Graves. We go right to the ring. Out comes Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Owens and Sami give props to each other and rant about SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. Then WWE Champion AJ Styles. Owens says they have proven that AJ stands no chance at leaving the Rumble with the title after their handicap match on Sunday. Owens goes on and says, and Sami throws a yup chant at him every now and then. Sami says that they are going to take the title from AJ on Sunday, but they are also going to hurt him. They tried to get the yup chant going again. It's a fan chant for AJ. Music interrupts. Out comes AJ to a pop. AJ speaks from the stage and waits for the fans to stop chanting his name. Styles calls him Cammy and says nope in response to their claims about winning on Sunday and becoming co-WWE champions. And their claims about hurting him. AJ knocks the yep movement and they get upset, saying AJ will have to get used to it after Sunday because everyone will be doing it, including AJ's own family. AJ says they should be cocky because they do have the advantage on Sunday, but they're not facing just anybody. They're facing someone phenomenal. AJ says as long as he has fight in his body, he will make sure that they do not become co-WWE champions. AJ once again declares that this is the house that he built. Or the Sammy mock AJ some more. They go on and Owens proposes that AJ wrestle them both in singles matches back to back. Music hit, out comes SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan to the stage. Bryan says enough is enough. Owens and Sammy are right about being two of the best to step into the ring. He says fans boo. Bryan says that they're also right about how hard it is to win a handicap match, but Bryan has the utmost faith in AJ. AJ cuts Bryan off. AJ says he's not sure Bryan's not in bed with these two dirtbags. AJ accepts the challenge and says he's not just going to beat Sammy and Owens tonight, he's going to hurt them. Styles' music hits as he drops the mic and leaves, trading looks with Bryan. So the gun segment, Bobby Roode and the New Day versus Jinder Mahal, Rusev, Aiden English, also Chad Gable and Jey Uso. Back for the break, and we get Daniel Bryan backstage with SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon, who doesn't agree with the WWE Champion being booked back-to-back matches right before a title defense. Bryan says he has faith in AJ. Shane isn't sure if Bryan is shooting straight with him. Bryan asks if Shane is questioning AJ's ability to defend himself tonight. Shane says he's not. Chad Gable versus Jey Uso is up. We go to the ring, and we get SmackDown Tag Team Champion Jey Uso out with his partner Jimmy Uso. Out next is Chad Gable with Shelton Benjamin. Gable tries to go for a leg start. They go at it, and Gable slams Uso to the mat and works him over. Gable with another takedown as he keeps Uso on the mat. Gable keeps control until Uso sends him to the floor. Uso nails Gable from the ring and sends him back to the barrier with an uppercut. We go to commercial with Jey standing tall in the ring. Back for the break. Gable hits a Northern Light suplex for a 2 count. Gable delivers more offense, but he misses with a big moonsault. Jey ends up running the ring and nailing a big dive on Gable on the floor. Jey brings him back into the ring, goes up top, but is forced to land on his feet and roll through. Jey delivers a Samoan drop, more back and forth, and counters between the two. Gable ends up getting the win with a big German suplex. After the match, Gable and Benjamin celebrate as they head to the back. Renee Young backstage with Shinsuke Nakamura to talk the Royal Rumble. Baron Corbin interrupts and says Nakamura is all hype, but that's okay because WWE Universe cares about him. Corbin doesn't care about the fans because they don't pay his bills. Corbin goes on and says they can't keep their pathetic opinions to themselves. Corbin talks about how his resume will improve when he wins the Rumble match on Sunday. Nakamura ends the segment by proposing that they rumble with each other tonight. Next, we get Naomi versus Liv Morgan. We go to the ring, out comes Naomi, back to commercial. Back from the break, we see backstage video of Ty Dillinger announcing his name for the Royal Rumble. We return to the ring, Liv Morgan is wrapping her entrance. They go at it, Naomi takes control early on. Naomi with a side slam and a 2 count as Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan of the Riott Squad watch from ringside. Liv gets some offense in and nails a kick. Liv keeps control, covers Naomi for a 2 count. Liv keeps control, and we see Natalya, Lana, Carmella come down the ringside to watch the match. Liv drops Naomi as we see Becky Lynch coming to ringside. Naomi kicks Liv from the apron and drops her. Naomi comes in from the apron with a sunset flip and gets a win out of nowhere. After the match, Naomi stands tall as the music hits. Ruby and Logan immediately attack her or beat her down. Becky makes the save. Logan tosses Naomi to the floor. Becky tosses Logan out. Ruby tosses Becky. Natalya and Ruby go at it. Lana super kicks Ruby and drops her. Natalya dumps Lana to the floor. Carmella drops Liv. Carmella and Natalya team up to toss Liv over the top rope. Natalya turns and drops Carmella. She rolls to the floor. Becky and Naomi stand tall together in the middle of the ring after Natalya leaves on her own. Becky turns on Naomi and goes to toss her. Naomi comes back and faces off until the music hits. Out comes SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. Flair gives Becky props and says her move was fierce. Clearly, it's every woman for herself on Sunday, but that's why friendships and alliances don't matter when you're trying to win a shot at the Queen at WrestleMania 34. Flair wishes them good luck. But especially to the winner. Flair does a woo as her music hits, and she raises the title, but others looking on. Still to come segment, Corbin versus Nakamura has been made. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a quick clip from the teams participating in tonight's Mixed Match Challenge, Week 2. Matchup on Facebook Watch. Big E and Carmella versus Intercontinental Champion, The Miz and Asuka. We go back to the ring. Out comes Shinsuke Nakamura as Greg Hamilton does formal introductions. Baron Corbin was out next. They lock up, goes to corner start. Corbin backs off, and Nakamura approaches as they lock up to trade holds. Nakamura with some offense to send Corbin to the floor for a break. Nakamura follows and returns to the ring to yell at Corbin to bring it. Corbin turns to walk away, but Nakamura comes from behind. Corbin turns and nails Nakamura in the throat with a right hand. Corbin sends Nakamura into the ring post for another shot to the throat as Nakamura goes down beside the ring. We go to commercial with Nakamura down on the floor in pain as Corbin standing tall. Back from the break, Corbin has Nakamura grounded on the mat. Nakamura fights up and out. Nakamura drops Corbin with a big jumping kick. Nakamura ends up placing Corbin over the top rope in the corner after more offense. Nakamura charges in with a big knee while Corbin is on the ropes. Nakamura with a 2 count. Corbin counters the move, goes for a suplex, but Nakamura resists. Nakamura with more knee strikes. Nakamura slams Corbin on his face and waits in the corner for the Kasasha. Corbin counters that, hits a deep 6 for a close 2 count as the crowd wakes up and pops. More back and forth now. Corbin runs back in the ring and turns Nakamura upside down with a huge clothesline. Nakamura still kicks out at 2. Corbin yells at Nakamura to get up. Corbin goes for the inner daze, but Nakamura turns it into the armbar as the crowd pops again. Corbin reverses the hold and covers for a 2 count. Nakamura drops Corbin with a big shot to the ear. Nakamura goes back to the corner to wait for the Kasasha, but Randy Orton runs into the ring and hits Nakamura with an RKO out of nowhere for a big pop. Referee calls for the bell for a disqualification finish. After the bell, Orton hits Corbin with an RKO. We go to replays as Orton celebrates in the corner while his music plays. Nakamura and Corbin are laid out in the ring. Randy Orton pose. Announcers then discussed last night's Raw 25th anniversary special and show some of the mainstream media coverage. We get a video highlight from Raw 25. So the come segment, AJ versus Sammy and AJ versus Owens back to back. Also 6-man action, back to commercial. Speaking of 6-man action, that was your next match. New Day and Bobby Roode. That's actually 4. 8-man action. New Day and Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal, Rusev, and Aiden English. So you do have 6-man. Back from the break, out comes Xavier, Big E, and Kobe. They talk about being part of history being at Raw 25 and then announce the spots for the Royal Rumble. They also talk about how their partner made history last week with his U.S. title tournament wins. Music hits and out comes Bobby Roode to a pop. Roode takes a mic after posing with the New Day and thanks them for the introduction. He says he can't think of a better place to debut as the new U.S. champion than the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Roode's goal is to be the best U.S. champion in history, and that's no easy task, but he can guarantee that his reign will be absolutely. And New Day offer their own words, but Roode and the fans finish it with glorious. Music hit out comes Jinder Mahal. Rusev and English are out. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Rusev is in control of Kofi. Rusev charges in the corner, nails Kofi. Rusev with a cheap shot to Woods as well. Kofi ends up making a comeback, hitting a bulldog. Roode gets a tag and unloads on English as he also tags in. Roode with a neck breaker and a shot to Jinder to knock him off the apron. Roode keeps control and hits a blockbuster on English. Roode poses and gets the big glorious pop. Jinder comes in and hits a spine buster. Well, Jinder came in and Roode delivered a spine buster. Roode ended up covering English for a 2 count. Kofi comes flying off the top, taking down Rusev to stop him. Kofi ran the ropes, took out Jinder and Rusev on the floor. Roode and English go at it again in the ring. Wood tags in, but English doesn't see it. Roode with a spine buster to English. Woods follows up with a big top rope elbow. He goes up to the top rope, takes about 2 steps, springboards off the top rope, and does a Macho Man elbow for the pinfall. After the match, Roode celebrated with the New Day as the music hits. Announcers did discuss Royal Rumble again. AJ versus Kevin Owens was the first match. We'll go back to the ring, and out first comes AJ Styles for the first part of tonight's main event. Kevin Owens is out next with Sami Zayn at his side. They make it halfway down the ramp. When music hits, out comes Shane McMahon. Shane tells Sami to get back to the back, which doesn't happen. Shane says if Sami goes anywhere near the ring tonight during the match, he will lose his chance at the WWE title this Sunday in the Royal Rumble because Shane will fire him on the spot tonight. Shane says the same goes for Owens if he gets involved in Sami's match. He will be fired on the spot. Shane tells them to bring the Yup movement wherever they want because he don't care. It'll be the last thing they ever do on SmackDown. Yep. Shane approaches them and asks if they have anything to say. Sami talks a bit of trash, and Owens argues with Shane as we return to commercial. Back from the break, match is underway. They go at it, and Owens gets some offense until he goes on his knees. AJ takes advantage of the injury and goes right to work on Owens' leg. AJ drops Owens in the calf crusher, and Owens quickly taps out for the easy win. I didn't see that part of it at all. So Sami was still there at ringside. After the match, Sami ran in and attacked AJ. Referee tried to restore order as Sami worked AJ over some more. Owens looked to be limping away from the ringside area. Sami attacked AJ in the corner again, stomped away. Referee backed Sami off of AJ. Sami brings AJ to the floor, works him over. Sitting him into the steel ring steps, we see Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon backstage watching as we get a replay of the step spot. Sami mounts AJ at ringside, but the referee backs him off. Referee checks on AJ as we go back to commercial. By the way, Kevin Owens stays for the entire match. As you'll see what happens. Back from the break, we can finally get a bell for AJ's non-title match of the night. Second one. Sami then charges in the corner, goes right to work on AJ. Referees warn Sami in the corner. We see Owens down at ringside, but sitting up with 2 trainers talking to him. Sami beats AJ around as a the champion. AJ then rocks Sami and fights back, but Sami drops him again. Sami keeps control as we see a stretcher being pushed out for Owens. Sammy with a few pin attempts and more offense before keeping AJ grounded in the middle of the ring again. AJ finally makes a comeback and drops Sammy. More officials and trainers are out checking on KO. AJ with a knee and more offense to send Sammy out to the floor. AJ springs more out and drops Sammy right in front of Owens and a group of officials and paramedics. AJ rolls Sammy back in the ring and takes his time following him. AJ comes off the apron and changes his mind on re-entering the ring. AJ then attacks Owens and unloads on him while the officials are with him on the ground. Sammy makes a save. We go to commercial with everyone on the outside. Back for the break. And Sammy has AJ grounded, talking trash. AJ fights up and out. Fighting Sammy into the corner. AJ with a big chop. Sammy with an elbow that knocks AJ down. Sammy goes to the second rope. But AJ hits him. Climbs up for a superplex. They tangle and AJ brings Sammy to the mat with a hurricanrana. We see Shane and Brian watching backstage again. We see Owens being prepped for the stretcher at ringside. AJ and Sammy trade shots in the middle of the ring. AJ with a big neck breaker for a close 2 count. As the crowd wakes up a bit with a pop, AJ calls for a solid class, but it's countered. Sammy with offense and a big tornado DDT out of the corner. Sammy goes to the corner and waits for AJ to get up. AJ blocks a haluva kick with a boot to the face. AJ misses a springboard moonsault for the second rope, but goes right back and hits a Pele kick for another close pin attempt. We get a replay of the Pele. Fan chant for AJ as he gets fired up. Sammy tries to fight back and nails a few elbows. Sammy catches AJ with a Michinoku driver for a close 2 count. Sammy works AJ over in the corner and takes him up top. Sammy climbs up for a superplex, but AJ slides under and drops Sammy face first into the turnbuckles. Snake eyes. AJ with a big kick to the gut. AJ goes for solid class, but Sammy retreats to the floor. Fans boo. AJ goes to the apron, nails a sliding knee to the jaw. Sammy goes down the ringside in front of Owens again. AJ brings Sammy back in the ring, but runs over and tips the stretcher over, sending Owens to the floor. Back to the floor. Down, he's out. AJ returns to the ring, and Sammy quickly nails a haluva kick in the corner, sending AJ to the mat. Sammy immediately scoops AJ for the Blue Thunder Bomb and the pinfall. After the match, Sammy gets up and celebrates as the music hits. Owens also recovers at ringside, rolls into the ring to join Sammy, still selling the leg injury. We've got a replays as Owens and Sammy stand over AJ. Sammy and Owens talk to trash to raise their arms in the air as SmackDown goes off the air. 205 Live results. Daniel Bryan announced at the beginning of the show that Enzo Amore will be relinquishing his title and will no longer be on 205 Live. He then said 205 Live General Manager will be revealed next week to discuss the Cruiserweight Championship situation. There's a video link of that right there for you. Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness welcome us. And preview of the night's matches: Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali, along with Hideo Itami versus Jack Gallagher. Liz Dorado, Graham Metallic, and Calista versus Aries DeVary, TJP, and Tony Nese. TJP and Dorado starts us off. Pretty even attacks. Dorado with a dab, mocking TJP. Dorado with a big chop, standing moonsault, pin for a 2 count. TJ able to tag in Nese, gets drop kicked down, and then comes Graham Metallic, who hits the ropes a number of times before sending Nese to the floor. Hits the ropes, Nese jumps back in and cuts him down before Metallic can fly. The very tag in goes for a quick 2 count. Commentary wondering if the allegiance of Galak, DeVary, and Nese will remain as things change for 205 Live. Callisto and now big springboard splash, pin on DeVary for a 2 count. Nice dodge from Callisto and roundhouse kick drops DeVary. Kalisto ends up on the second rope, gets distracted by Nice, and DeVary sends him down to the floor. Kalisto then pulled back in the ring, quick pin, barely a 1 count. TJ back in, continues to keep Kalisto grounded, belly to back suplex, clothesline, pin, only a 2 count. Kalisto trying to get back into this. Small window to tag out. DeVary stops him for a moment, but he's able to tag in Dorado. Dorado takes out Nice on the apron for a Corona springboard crossbody on TJ. Hits to the top. Big moonsault on a standing TJ. Both Metallic and Kalisto with stereo drop kicks and flips to the floor, taking out the other opponents. TJ is down near the corner. Dorado goes for a shooting star press, but misses. TJ ends up running into Nice, who's on the apron. He yells all weirdly at him, and Dorado ends up hitting a handspring stunner for the win. The winners of the match, Grand Metallic, Liz Dorado, Kalisto by pinfall. After the match, TJ gets all mad and stuff, and Nice and DeVary. Nice ends up shoving him down to the mat. A podium with Drew Gulak is fully supportive of 205 Live GM and hopes that he will turn 205 Live into a better place. No chanting, no flipping. Next match, you got Jack Gallagher versus Hideo Itami. Before the match even starts, backstage segment with Hideo, who says, what happened to Brian Kendrick was an accident. He said he respects Kendrick, but not Gallagher. Match gets going, and Itami hits a strike, instantly dropping Gallagher. Kick to the back. Gallagher heads to the ropes. Itami follows and gets kicked to the stomach. Itami gets whipped to the corner. Gallagher charges up and over to the apron. Itami with kicks, flying knee on Gallagher, sending him to the floor. Gallagher heads under the ring and comes out from a different side, getting a strike from behind on Itami. Working over his shoulder, Gallagher pulls back on Itami's hand. Small boring chant breaks out from the crowd. Double wrist lock as Gallagher taunts the crowd a bit as he keeps working the arm. Itami works his way back into this. Release suplex, hands to the top rope, hits to the top rope. Flying clothesline pin for a 2 count. Itami nearly runs into the referee. Gallagher rolls him up. 2 count. Spinning back fist. Running drop kick in the corner. Itami with a lesser version of GTS. Didn't put him on his shoulders. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Backstage segment with Kara Tozawa walking around, wonders who the next GM will be. He says he could be a good boss, and tells random guy looking at his phone that he's fired. Locker room, Cedric Alexander says despite him not getting a shot at the title at the Rumble, he'll eventually become champion this year. Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander. Friendly handshake to kick off the match. Both back to the corner. Ali backs away without issue. Mexican head scissors by Ali. Alexander flips on his feet and smiles. Both caught in the corner. This time Alexander didn't really break clean. It happened yet again. Ali with a shove and gets shoved back. Alexander with a fantastic drop kick. Pin for a 2 count. Drop kick. Pop-up drop kick by Ali. Pin. Not even a 1 count. Nothing wrong with a little friendly competition between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Ali out to the apron. Goes to springboard in, and Alexander pie faces him back. Ali slams against the apron on the way down. Referee starts his 10 count. Alexander grabs his opponent, throws him in the ring. Pin for a 2 count. Alexander with a hard uppercut in the corner. Couple of chops. Hard whips into the other corner. Alexander then charged in. Ali jumps over, and Cedric goes right to the second rope. Beautiful DDT by Mustafa for Ali. Ali drops Alexander from the apron. He rolls in and hits a face puncher. Pin for a 2 count. Ali tries for a tornado DDT. Nope. Alexander with a boot to the face from the apron. Springboard flatliner. Pin for a 2 count. Crowd reaction to the kick out as Alexander is getting agitated. Huge slap by Ali, who gets one in return. Alexander goes to hit the ropes, gets stopped, spinning heel kick, Spanish fly by Ali, gets a clap for the crowd. They are finally waking up to this great match. Alexander goes for a lumbar check, gets reversed, pin for a 2 count. Alexander with another kick, goes to springboard, in. Ali stops him, and Alexander hits his face on the top turnbuckle. He's stunned, and Ali hits a great stall tornado DDT. Then Ali hits up top. 450 misses. Alexander with a handspring. Kick, lumbar check, 1, 2, 3. If you miss it, go back to watch it. After the match, 2 shake hands. Ali raises Alexander's hand and heads out of the ring to the show. The announce team welcomes us to your one match Facebook watch episode of your mixed match challenge. Carmella makes her way out for her entrance, and she happens to be donning some new gear. New Day is also out in matching jerseys to show their support of their compadre Big E. Asuka and Miz make their entrances to solid responses and seem to have some good team chemistry. Raw and SmackDown Live General Manager Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan are shown thanking the WWE Universe for over 35 million total engagements of last week's debut show. Hey people, it's only like 30 minutes long. Miz and Asuka versus Big E and Carmella. Big E is all fun and games, and Miz hits a go behind. Big E knows how to get out of that one. With a little dancing, of course, Big E is able to get Miz into the Donald stretch and proceeds to clap the bootio of the Miz. Crowd chants, "We want Asuka," and Miz obliges. Carmella not excited to join the fray. Big E grabs a big L and tells Carmella to give it to Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow is smitten by the gift until she decides she no longer likes it. She rips it up, lets out a yell, and Carmella quickly tags back out. Big E comes in and cleans house with a bevy of suplexes. Tide turned and pin is broken up by Carmella. Miz and Asuka decide to do simultaneous it kicks. All of Daniel Bryan. Big E catches Miz for a slam. But a big boot from the IC champ resets the match. Miz working over Big E as Carmella cheers her partner to get back into the match. Big E mounts and comes back, but is quickly shot down. Stalling a bit now as Miz gets a bigger opponent in a headlock. Goes for his splash in the corner, but nobody home. Asuka smartly makes the tag and goes to town on Carmella. Miz hypes up his partner, but that allows time for Carmella to regain her senses and lands a big kick. As referee Mike Chioda shells out instructions to the competitors on time. We hit the finish right after that as Asuka goes on a fury of attacking and gets the armbar locked in. Carmella fights for a short time, but she eventually taps out. Promo for next week's episode that features Braun Strowman and Becky Lynch versus Sami Zayn and Becky. That was a typo. But that is what it says. Braun Strowman, an opponent, versus Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch. Renee Young interviews a victorious team. Asuka speaks some Japanese. Miz translates and says Asuka has learned more from him than anyone else about winning and being in a team. They'll continue to fight for their charity because they're Asuka. That ends my video for this week. Peace out. See you one of me. If you don't know, just comment, brothers and sisters.